Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest, a sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us, and we are glad to have you alongside us for it. It really is a sight to behold here as Spotify Camp Nou opens its arms to the Barcelona nation, 100,000 plus in unison. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Not the most accurate pass.
This is the time you need that pace.
And here's Mbappe. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
It's a pretty loose pass. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, there is David Villa, a player whose thirst for goals is unquenchable. One of Spain's finest ever strikers, Jim.
Yes, I think his record speaks for itself, Peter. He's far from just a poacher. I like the way he's constantly on the move, creating space for others, and he's got the creativity to play in deeper roles if needed.
Oh, shooting chance! And he nearly went all the way.
Well, the balance and close control on his run was really sweet. The finish left a sour taste.
Barcelona with the corner, they're first. Van der Vaart, now the finish! That's another chance! Oh, another save.
Oh, that's a stunning save. I mean, his reflexes were incredible then. That's as good a save as you'll see.
Barcelona have their second corner now. They've played it short. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's shifting through the gears here. Mbappe. Szoboszlai. Van der Vaart. Nice control. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a...
Great hit! Goal! Barcelona! The crowd demanded, and he was thrilled to oblige. So we have the first goal.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
He's found a way through. A real chance! He has done it! And they're at it again, in double quick time. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. Well, there's a real familiarity about these scenes here. The followers of one of the most formidable teams in the history of football, ensuring that yet again this will be an occasion for the game's ultimate glitterati. We have already started here. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Kante powering forward here. Now it's Ribéry. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Quickly taken. Ribéry. Paris Saint-Germain have a free kick. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. And the potential here for the first goal of the game. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Messi. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. Ribéry! They want to be quick to recover this. Out to the left it goes. Now it's Drogba. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, N'Golo Kante. He is only one midfielder, but it often feels like he does the work of two or three. He's got exceptional awareness for danger and the stamina to make sure he can go and snuff it out over and over again if required. He's also exceptional in the tackle, and when you watch him in the latter parts of a game, 90th minute plus, he looks as if he's in the first five.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And the shot! I'll be a bit disappointed with that.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
Ruben Neves. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. And they've got a throw. Foot in. No change to the score. 0-0 it remains. Alexander-Arnold. There's a sharp little ball here. Now the finish! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And we have our very first corner. Oh, now here's it. And Messi! That's surely a foul. Free kick.
He could tee it up for someone else, but something tells me he'll have a go.
Great chance here from position A1. Oh, good ball! De Michelis did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Pedri. Ball played for Rijkaard. Szoboszlai. Pedri. It's a really well-measured ball. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. That is Kante. Played out towards the right wing. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Drogba showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. He's got big chance! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Ribery has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Szoboszlai. Spread out to the left. Mbappe. And that's a throw. Longley. Mbappe is herring after that one. No, that's been intercepted. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. In with the challenge. Short changes him with that pass. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Ruben Neves. Mbappe. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Messi!
We'll simply have to tip his hat to the keeper here because that was a magnificent save.
Van der Vaart.
This is what good chemistry is all about.
Here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. And it's Messi. Always onto this. Oh, important interception. To Michelis. And there's the end of the first half. Truth be told, perhaps it's not the game that many anticipated, but there is lots to be seen in it, lots to be taken from it. Plenty for the key figures to mull over, but it remains goalless. Interesting half, just missing goals, so don't be surprised if the second half brings a change to the scoreline at the break, 0-0. Second half gets underway.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
He's picked his way through. Mbappe. Mbappe! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Well, the work rate to win the ball back was fantastic, and it set up the opportunity. That's great effort.
Van der Vaart goes short. And now they can spring out of defence. Mbappe. He's found a way through. Well read, nice interception. Van der Vaart. Oh, played through for the wide man. Yamal going face to face with his great rival. Ribery defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Now that's well seen too. Best part of an hour, and still no breakthrough from either side. He's been picked up, and Messi! And he's had it nicked away. Oh, that's well spotted. Oh, that's neat. That is good strength. Drogba! That is certainly not what he had in mind.
Oh, no, that was a chance. What a chance.
Yamal. And still we await the first breakthrough. To Michelis. And it's Rijkaard. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Ruben Neves, the puppet master, looking to pull the strings. Oh, he's been hits one! In he goes again! They've scored! And that is the goal we've all been yearning for. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
So we have our breakthrough.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
And they win it back again. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the stats are pretty telling here. It's hard to argue with the scoreline when you carry so little threat.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
He'll try from distance. And no one is overly concerned about that.
Paris Saint-Germain were again presented with an opportunity to break and look very, very threatening.
To Michelis. Fiddles it through. Van der Vaart. Could move up a gear here. That is good alertness. To Michelis.
Paris Saint-Germain couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
He's through here. And he's searching through. He's been taken down and the referee has pointed at the spot. Barcelona really could have done without this. To increase the lead. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not a twitch, not a blink.
You know, he would have been embarrassed had the keeper held his position then.
Paris Saint-Germain are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline.
He's had a hit! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
Well, it wasn't to be this time, but that should add to his level of confidence, something they can really do with at the moment.
Header! And somehow he managed to miss it. Ribéry. Yaya Touré.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Pedri. Now it's Messi. Referee's given a throw. De Michelis wins the duel this time.
Well, they can at least make a fight of it, even if it's just a goal. The lift it would give would be huge, no matter what the end.
Oh, what a climb! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Drogba is fully aware of how important that could have been. Probably game, set and match.
Well, that has not gone well. Back into the middle. And he's picked out the run. Oh, he's had a shot! And he's really put himself on the line here. It's their second corner of the game. And now a sudden chance to counter. Confirmation that there will be 4 minutes stoppage time. Mbappe has found the net here, of course. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Pedri. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Steaming on goalwards. And that is that. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the result is one that will make them suffer. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack.
there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. Well, there's a real familiarity about these scenes here. The followers of one of the most formidable teams in the history of football, ensuring that, yet again, this will be an occasion for the game's ultimate glitterati. And we're underway. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, I've always liked the look of Cole Palmer, Peter, who is a versatile...
Terrific header! And he's there to clear it.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And it's Messi. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Van der Vaart. Jedson Fernandez. He's picked his way through. Soboslai. And the shot! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Szoboszlai has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Mbappe. And here's Isak. Mbappe, and he's in on goal. Skims one in. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Well, they've made all the inroads and their confidence is taking on a growth spurt.
Opts to... Mbappe! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Alexander-Arnold, who's steaming forward. Oh, that's a fine interception. First quarter of an hour gone. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Soboslai. Mbappe. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Can he get it through? There's the shot! They've got to be quick to recover this. Pedri has got himself a free kick. A real opportunity here from a position of great potential. So a Barcelona free kick. Van der Vaart! Now, who's going to be first to this? Van der Vaart cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Barcelona have a free kick. Messi considers his options.
Well, this is his opportunity to make the stage his own here.
So still waiting for the first breakthrough here, but it has been shapes to shoot! A collective sigh of relief from the defence. Van der Vaart. Pedri. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Real chance! It's loose. Oh, what has happened here? He's had a shot! And he has kicked it out somehow.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, easy pickings there. Forwards and with intent. Van der Vaart. Barcelona look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
He's had a hit! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front!
The understanding between those two plays a big part in that, and releasing the run on side proved the key ingredient.
Barcelona have broken through. It's 1-0.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Van der Vaart. Jedson Fernandez can sit. Jedson! Oh, a very decent attempt. And that's an errant pass.
Barcelona really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, a shot at goal! Mohamed Salah. Jedson. Oh, here's a chance! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Isaac.
2 minutos de descuento.
Pedri. No way through. Oh, played right into his path. Now it's Mbappe. And it's pulled back. Soboslai, who's set up 1 goal so far. And we've reached half-time. Steady, solid, and for now, where they want to be. Just 1 goal, and they have it. Good effort from both sides, but at half-time, it is 1-0. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
At least, Peter, not conceding another goal has kept them in this game, and they can up their response in this second half.
Barcelona head in, having made the crucial breakthrough, and to that end there is a degree of satisfaction there. The lead by no means decisive yet, but so far so good. 1-0 at the break. That gets things going for the second half. Barcelona carrying a 1-goal lead. Pedri. Passes coming off in quick succession here.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Tries a shot!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Haaland did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Isaac. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Brilliantly cut out. Szoboszlai could move up a gear here. Mbappe. It's a good run down the left-hand side. He's got away. Mbappe proves just a little bit too strong. Barcelona appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Van der Vaart. Mbappe threads one in. Isak. He can run onto that. A good ball. Can he put it away? Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Armour deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Decent hit! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
It's easy to say it, but difficult to stop it when runs in behind are being made like that.
Your impression so far, Jim?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
Yamal gets into some space. Not the most accurate pass. Can he spark a counter here?
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Mohamed Salah. Pedri. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Jetson Fernandez. Pedri. And that is a little undercooked. Haaland. Isak. Now it's Mbappe.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Heads it!
Oh, once he made the save, it didn't take the keeper long to start barking at his defence.
Jetson. The ball has bounced loose now. Isak. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Oh, super find. Haaland! Should have equalised.
Haaland was already celebrating in his head and probably still can't process how the keeper denied him. What a stop. Barcelona really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Soboslai. Mbappe. Mbappe. Barcelona do have a chance to counter here. Hernandez going full steam ahead down the left flank. And they can counter here. Aim forwards. Mbappe, he's shifting for chance! He should have put that one away.
Mbappe has reacted in utter shock here. For him, the keeper has pulled off the impossible.
Barcelona have their second corner now. They've played it short. Van der Vaart. Jetson gets flagged offside. Soboslai. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Well timed, excellent interception. Still just that single goal, and we are nearly done. Now it's Pedri, bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Oh, that's fabulous. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card. They're taking a moment to consider their options. So, another set play. That's a fine save.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
Pass somewhat off target. Pedri, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. Oh no, what has happened here?
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
And that will be the final act. Barcelona have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Yeah, clean sheets and hard grind will help you go places, and they have a resolve that'll envy many.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin. A very good evening to you all. So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped. Undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena. Absolutely perfect for a game of this nature. The action has already started. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped.
Great chance! There it is!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Goal scorer for Barcelona.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And that is expertly dealt with. Yamal going face to face with his great rival. Yamal! Ambitious, but just off target.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Played up towards the front line. White is charging up on the overlap. Yamal! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different. And we have our very first corner. And he's had a hit! Oh, good effort, he got plenty on that.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Yamal. Barcelona leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. And it's from Mario. Van der Vaart. And the pass is intercepted. That pass has been well intercepted. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Now it's Perez. Byrne. Szoboszlai. Pedri, very much a man of this moment. Has ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Pedri. Just eases him off the ball. Perez in acres of space out wide. And Romario! And that's caused a worry or two.
He's getting an earful from his teammates, so we can assume he knows why.
And here's Yamal. Oh, that's fabulous. Real chance! And he hits the net. They have come roaring back.
Oh, listen, the writing was on the wall. It looked like this was going to happen, and it has.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing. Having the composure to score is another.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Look, Peter, I was on the fence before a ball was kicked, and I still haven't moved.
Decent hit from there. Oh, there's a probing ball. Well read, nice interception. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Pedri. Chance to shoot now! And the finish! Goal! Barcelona! And they've got their lead back. And that really is so impressive.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. A slightly better ball would have led to a... There's the shot! It's there! They're level in a trice!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
This is quite a battle.
Yeah, it's always a dangerous time when you've just scored. You can easily lose focus and then bang, you're pegged back again.
Substitution.
And it's been taken short. And now a sudden chance to counter. Gets a good foot in there. Barcelona have rung the changes already. He's going for goal! Oh, that was wicked, a truly wicked effort.
Yeah, certainly could have been something so much more.
Zaire Emery conjures time and space where few can. And he cuts out the supply. He's going to be disappointed with that. Played back in. Nice control. Van der Vaart did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Well, played through for the wide man. He's got away. Can he finish? And the keeper couldn't hold it. And he's straight offside. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Barcelona come out of a half that has been quite extraordinary on many counts. High scoring, truly exciting, but neither side able to hold a lead.
Please refrain from parking outside.
It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement. Quite a half, more of the same please. Score at the interval, 2-2. And so we're off again. Jetson Fernandez. Pedri. Szoboszlai is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Pedri! What a wonderful goal!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Barcelona take the lead. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Perez is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
Well, you could see he was eager.
He's had a shot! Sticks it away! And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
How very smart. He just got it right.
Yeah, it's simply
David Villa! And for a moment, time stood still.
That's what all good teams do these days. Pressing from the front is highly effective.
Szoboszlai. It's Van der Vaart. Pedri. Driving on and making good progress. David Villa. And he's in on goal. Big chance! Barcelona perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Yamal. Great ball if he can get there. That's an excellent interception.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well,
Got a shot away! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Szoboszlai really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Corner number 2 then. And now they can spring out of defence. Well, that looks a decent ball. Now who's going to be first to this?
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can open up many possibilities.
Van der Vaart. Van der Vaart! And again the keeper stands strong. So, third corner of the game. Jetson. They're urging him to shoot. Szoboszlai, and the shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Yamal puts his foot on the gas, and he's managed to get free.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Rijkaard. Jetson Fernandez does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Short changes him with that pass. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
Substitution on the field. Number 25.
So time for change. And this one has been on the cards for a little while.
22,
And it's Neymar.
Messi. Number 33.
He's beaten the last man.
Emery.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were
Romario.
very annoyed.
Coming on the field. Number 19.
And that's a superb pass.
Mbappe. Number 9. Bernardo Silva. Number
This is
41.
intriguing. Next goal critical.
Number 10.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Neymar.
He's through here. Brilliantly cut out.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Oh, he's bustling. Oh, shooting chance! And it's come back out to him. And he was there to get a vital touch.
Lamine Yamal actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
All hands on deck for this one. Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense.
There will be
And
3
now a
minutes
sudden
added
chance to
time.
counter. Bernardo Silva makes the interception. Rijkaard cuts it out. Burn. He is through here. It's Neymar! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And that is it. The referee has seen enough. What a game. A contest of ferocity and marvellous talent from start to finish. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Barcelona
to
can
you now
always
with a
take
quick
more
request
positives
for
from a result
support
like
to
this.
our World
Yes, there
Charity
is some
Fund.
tidying up to do, but some real promise.
and welcome one and all. It's a pleasure to have you with us. As you can see, we are all set. The game should be a truly entertaining one, whichever side of it you find yourself on. We have a grand mass of noise and colour, and the juices are flowing. It really is a sight to behold here as Spotify Camp Nou opens its arms to the Barcelona nation, 100,000 plus in unison. So we're up and running. Well, that's well seen too. Spread out to the left. Jetson. That is good strength. He's got away. They're urging him to shoot. Great chance! Goal! Barcelona! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect, Peter. It'll be fascinating now to see what kind of reaction it will cause.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And it's Ribery. Szoboszlai. And there's green grass ahead of him. He has found the way through. Oh, and the finish! He's got a goal! Not one, but two. It is a dream start.
That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
Barcelona are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Oh, that is asking for great hits! And more, and more, and more! And that for him is goal number 10. Terrible error, duly punished. Three 0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Barcelona have hit a quick-fire double here. No outsmarting him this time. Referee's given a throw. Could be danger here. Oh, shooting chance! He has done it! Hot knife through butter. They have done it again. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
Barcelona are having a ball here.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to...
And he's had a hit! Oh, denied at the last.
Well, I think a little eagerness just got the better of him. He may have been thinking about back page headlines there.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And the header! No, it's wide. Well, it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. It really is a sight to behold here as Spotify Camp Nou opens its arms to the Barcelona nation, 100,000 plus in unison. If you're just joining us, we are already on the way. That's a throw. Now it's Rafinha. Now it's Pedri.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And a header! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
Yeah, that was really sharp. That kind of delivery can play havoc with defences.
Challenge just a bit on the firm side.
It's rare for me to look at a fullback as a potential match winner, Peter, but with Roberto Carlos, I can make an exception.
He's not a defender at all, is he? He's a winger more than that.
Exactly, the Brazilian Express, up and down the line all the time, and a taker of audacious free kicks.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
And here's Rafinha. Pedri. Great hit! It's now the finish! And somehow it stayed out. Jedson Fernandez. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Valverde.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive? Okay, it didn't quite come off. The execution, I think, needs a retry, maybe with a better outcome.
Barcelona yet to have an attempt on goal. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Tries to get it clear. Now it's Pedri. Pedri with the cross. Pedri gets it away.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Too much on it, and that's the keeper's. To Michelis. Now Byrne. Jedson Fernandez. Roberto Carlos kept his eye on it, and he's there. Pedri. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Change of plan here, perhaps.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
No, he wasn't going to let him past. Szoboszlai really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Oh, just skips past his man. David Villa, and the shot! It's anyone's ball now. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Van der Vaart. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Out towards the flank. David Villa. David Villa! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Rijkaard. It's Van der Vaart. Pedri engages and forces him off the ball. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. David Villa. Szoboszlai is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Roberto Carlos. Mosquera. Mbappe. Great real chance! Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai. Oh, this is a terrific run. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Szoboszlai is offering some sort of an apology there.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Roberto Carlos. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. And he's had a hit! Ambitious, but just off target.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
To Michaelis. Rijkaard. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goalless. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
Barcelona head to the dressing room, not yet having broken through. Tight, cagey game. Neither team any further forward than they were when they started out.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 24.
And the action is back underway.
El dorsal 45.
0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Now this could be a chance. Mbappe! Mbappe!
Will simply have to tip his hat to the keeper here because that was a magnificent save.
And here's Osimhen. That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Quickly taken. Jedson Fernandez conjures time and space where few can. Van der Vaart. Barcelona come out this half somewhat altered.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. He could be in here. David Villa! Pedri. Jedson Fernandez. Van der Vaart puts his foot on the gas. Szoboszlai. He's tried one! Mbappe! Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. So what can they conjure from this one? And a real chance to break the deadlock. Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
That's a little unfortunate. He had a lot of people worried then.
Great defending, strong and determined. Rafinha. Barcelona can breathe again, just.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Barcelona appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
So much has happened in this game, but still no goal.
Yes, and it's been far from uneventful. We've had a healthy amount of attempts at goal from both teams, and with this kind of ambition, we may not have to wait too long.
Van der Vaart. He's in plenty of space here. Barcelona still have the cards to affect this game. Valverde. Barcelona trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest.
Mbappe! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Schmeichel trying to keep this in. Koundé, and that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Pedri, closing in on the last quarter of an hour. He's had it taken off him. Jetson Fernandez. Some front-footed pressing going on here.
Footballing with usually identifies.
Mbappe! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And he's managed to gift it back.
Well, they deserve an awful lot of credit for their commitment to the cause, but it's a goal credit that would be most welcome now.
And here's Mbappe. Jetson Fernandez. Yamal being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
They're taking a moment to consider their options. Decent hit and on target. Mbappe.
Well, it's very much looking like this might be destined for a scoreless outcome.
He's got away. Played right into his path. And the finish! It's in! Finally, the deadlock is broken.
What a time to take the lead. But now comes the dilemma of whether you ought to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
And how about the timing of the pass and run? They've worked it before and no doubt they'll work it again.
Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
Time for a change in personnel. So we have the first goal.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
The final 5 minutes. And that's another good win of the ball. Messi. Good running, strong and purposeful. Osimhen. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Osimhen actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. Well, they've got to get everyone forward, and maybe even the keeper.
Van der Vaart plays it short.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Chance!
Habrá 3 minutos de descuento.
Pedri. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. David Villa providing an outlet. He's got the shot away! And it's in! 2 to the good! They have breathing space! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
2 up and that is as far as it goes. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit, and those are very good qualities that might have got them something on another day. Sadly, not today.
Recordamos a nuestros espectadores.
How do you look back on the game then, Jim? Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. Have a look at this. It is what you anticipate here these days in London North 7. An undulating red and white wave, an Arsenal wave which envelops the team. If you're just joining us, there's the shot! That's the throw. And here's Mbappe. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Jedson. And that's gone loose. Good running, strong and purposeful. And here's Son Heung-min. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf.
And the shot! Superb goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Arsenal are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Hernandez. Ribery. Mbappe has a goal! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Foden receives it in a good position here. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. That looks a good ball through. And the shot! First quarter of an hour gone. Mbappe. And that's been intercepted. Jedson Fernandez. And he's got the beating of his man. Foot in. Valverde. Chance to finish. And a terrific save from the keeper.
Pedri is offering a wry smile there.
Barcelona with the corner, they're first. Van der Vaart with the short one. Arsenal are looking to go forward now. And that's a good ball. Chance! It's a goal! And again, they simply do not know what has hit them. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Rummenigge really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Oh, right place, right time. Messi. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. And it's Messi. Now it's Mbappe. Foden. Pedri, very much a man of this moment. Now it's Mbappe. He's found a way through. Well, they're certainly pressing with purpose here. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Burn is the guilty party there. Hernandez. Out to the left it goes. It's a goal kick. Delivers with whip. Pedri. Oh, good-looking ball. He's in space and looking for options. He's got away. Couldn't squeeze it through. Szoboszlai. Quality ball. Not the most accurate pass. Rijkaard. Van der Vaart. Oh, Rummenigge! And it's there! And he is just ripping it up!
Barcelona clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score once the ball was recovered.
Rummenigge! In he goes again! Oh, taken with style! Hot knife through butter, they have done it again. Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
He's got 4. That is remarkable. Barcelona are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming.
That's really well manoeuvred. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Szoboszlai. He's tried one! Magnificent! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And they're up! And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, what a half. For one, pretty much ideal. For the other, utterly dreadful. And we're only halfway through.
Please take this opportunity
Barcelona
to pay a visit
have
to our
been
official
more or
store
less
where
perfect,
memorabilia
I
from
would say.
today's match
Their
are now
manager's all
available.
smiles, and he's got every reason to be.
Barcelona have continued without fuss to do their thing. They have impressed hugely in the first 45 minutes, and this is the very least they deserve for their splendid endeavours. And we are already promptly back underway. He's had it taken off him. Foden. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Jetson Fernandez. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Rummenigge gets flagged offside. Van der Vaart. Rummenigge. Van der Vaart. Van der Vaart was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Can he put it away? It's in! And so clear that one side are so much better. The scoreline entirely justified.
It's a mass exodus now. Certain sections of the stadium are leaving in droves, and you can't blame them.
Rummenigge! And that's wide.
What a fabulous run. Okay, it didn't come off in the end, Peter, but that would surely spark some kind of response from those around him.
And it's played forward.
Oh, that was expansive and incisive, the type of move to please any coach.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Ribéry wins the duel this time. Well, that pass isn't the best.
The attendance for
Szoboszlai.
this match was
Pedri.
61,052.
Yamal. Oh, facing Yamal! And it's Son Heung-min. Hernandez. Now Foden. And here's Mbappe. And he was alert to it. Jetson Fernandez. Van der Vaart. Yamal. Barcelona are looking to break at pace. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
That has been cut short. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Played over towards the opposite flank. Son Heung-min. Hernandez. Son Heung-min providing an outlet on that flank. And here's Messi. Jetson Fernandez. He won't be happy with that one. Valverde. Now it's Mbappe. Pedri. Oh, this looks sharp. Picked out brilliantly. No, again there's no way through. Shapes to shoot! He has done it! And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
Yeah, it has become ugly for one, but the other is still delivering beauty.
That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Van der Vaart! Loose ball now, and there's a chase. Oh, what has happened here? Gets a good foot in there. Jetson. Strong challenge. That could leave a mark. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Son Heung-min. Ribery. Van der Vaart. Yamal. Spread neatly. Oh, that's fabulous. It is a corner.
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
They've played it short. Now it's Mbappe. Van der Vaart. Big header! That's another chance! Son Heung-min. Van der Vaart.
2 added minutes has
Pedri
been
is
indicated.
flagged offside. Jetson. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And he is going into that little black book.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
This the perfect chance to extend the advantage. Van der Vaart! It's anyone's ball now. And there goes the final whistle. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. Rummenigge
And
walking
now,
off with
to
the
all members of
spoils,
the crowd,
richly
I'd
deserved.
like to ask you to join me in wishing our
Any reflections
birthday
on what
boy
you've seen,
a
Jim?
very
Barcelona
special
definitely
birthday.
impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked.
Barcelona preparing to celebrate. They are potentially 90 minutes away from promotion. They just need a single point. It would be, no question, the biggest point of this campaign. Well, there's a real familiarity about these scenes here. The followers of one of the most formidable teams in the history of football, ensuring that, yet again, this will be an occasion for the game's ultimate glitterati. As you can see, we've already started here. Barcelona come into this game needing something. To fall short here would impact horribly on their future, immediate and beyond. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Van der Vaart has a shot! Wonderful!
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
Barcelona penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
This is going to make things very interesting, as their opponents will have to take a risk or two now.
Van der Vaart gets into a good position. Barcelona leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Koundé. Now it's Pedri. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Yamal. Now Besson. Rijkaard. Rummenigge. He's found a way through. Pedri. And that's been won straight back. First quarter of an hour gone. Pedri. Rafinha looking to run onto it. He's shifting through the gears here. Nice interception, well timed. Jetson Fernandez can so cleverly bypass the press. De Michelis spots it and intercepts. Szoboszlai. Van der Vaart. Szoboszlai. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Engages and forces him off the ball. Pedri. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
He made it look a bit predictable.
And Messi! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
There's a certain aura about him today, tremendous.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Over to the left. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Szoboszlai kept his eye on it, and he's there. And that is as far as they're going to go. Szoboszlai. Back into the middle. He's in, surely! Shapes to shoot! Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And it's been taken short. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that has put paid to that. Szoboszlai. Can he get onto this? Oh, that is a good ball to find him. Rafinha.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Barcelona upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
He's tried one! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
So, third corner of the game. And now they can spring out of defence. He could be in here. And he's managed to get free. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
On the threshold of perfection, just not this time.
It's their second corner of the game. Szoboszlai has a go! And he's gone backward here. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. It's a pretty loose pass. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Koundé. Van Dijk. Oh, good-looking ball. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
Rafinha.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Szoboszlai! And he has kept it out somehow.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And this could be the final action of the first half. Messi goes short. Chance! And that's it for the first half. A breathless ending. Steady, solid, and for now, where they want to be. Just one goal, and they have it. Good effort from both sides, but at half-time, it is 1-0.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game, as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Barcelona happy to have the lead in a tight old game. Half-time, 1-0.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 3, el dorsal 13, el dorsal 4, el dorsal
Here we go
21.
again.
Serán sustituidos
Barcelona
por
carrying
el
a
dorsal
one-goal
27,
lead.
el dorsal 15,
Modric.
el dorsal 8, el dorsal 24,
And here's Cavani.
Cavani.
Schmeichel has that under control. Burn. Could be danger here. He's picked his... And the finish! Oh, well spotted. Had to be at his very sharpest there. They're up to 5 corners now. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Mbappe. He's found a way through. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Szoboszlai is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Szoboszlai. Pedri, who's set up one goal so far. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Szoboszlai. Barcelona are ahead here by what is still the only goal. He won't be happy with that one. He's going all the way! Szoboszlai with an air of confidence about him, a certain swagger.
Well, I thought that run had balance and control, skill and...
Oh, shooting chance! Oh, whistle's gone, now then! So, a big chance now from 12 yards. So this to extend their lead. Oh, he's hit the bar! That has not gone well. Jedson. He's in here! Oh, it looked promising, but the final ball is just not quite right. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky.
Great chance! He has done it! Barcelona are back in business.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs, and when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Van der Vaart. Showing good feet. Van Dijk did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Great defending, strong and determined. Oh, the shot could be on here. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Pedri, played out wide.
Yeah, this kind of bold running will always get you into areas of possibility.
Barcelona have their third corner. They've played it short. Oh, that is masterful defending. Well, there's the clearance. Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai! Barcelona get their fourth corner. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Barcelona clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Now it's Cavani.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Van der Vaart. Jedson. Jedson purring through the gears. Demichelis kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Szoboszlai defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Stood up well to him there. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Rummenigge. And he's in on goal. Yamal! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. you wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
Robertson calmly anticipates. He's intervened well there. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Jedson Fernandez. Rummenigge. Van Dijk does well to get it back. Rummenigge. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Barcelona are going up. It is the point they needed. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Barcelona can really think about enjoying their prize now, having finally got promotion out of the way. After a tough campaign, I think this is the least they deserve. Everything's looking very good for them at the moment.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.
Se ha encontrado a un niño rubio de unos 4 años que viste camiseta verde y lleva una mochila roja.
So without question, it is one of the most awaited, most anticipated days on the footballing calendar. So many teams, so many ambitions, and only a handful will go forward to achieve those ambitions. That is the nature of our fascinatingly competitive game. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. He's tried one! That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but you can praise the drive and the application. It was beautifully hit.
He's had it taken off him. Well, down the years, of course, Argentina have produced some of the greatest striking talent ever, and Gabriel Batistuta embodies that.
Yeah, he does. And in terms of out-and-out goal-scoring centre-forwards, I can't recall much better.
So you fancy him to score today?
I would think there's an extremely good chance. Totti really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And he's onside. Oh, such a clever touch. And it's Guardiola. Can he put it away? What a save! Terrific reactions.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Van der Vaart. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
It's a loose touch and the ball is anyone's. It's a good spell of possession, this. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Jetson Fernandez conjures time and space where few can. Adams kept his eye on it, and he's there. Barcelona still without a single shot on target. Works it forward. No luck with that dink over the top. Van der Vaart. Now it's Szoboszlai. Mbappe has it out wide and in space. Hakimi, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And here's Mbappe, expertly cut out, really nicely done.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Totti, picked out brilliantly. Hakimi. It's out for a goal kick. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. He's played him through. Szoboszlai is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Now then, the ball's come loose. Nicely spread. Deflected behind for a corner kick. It's their second corner of the game. And the shot! He's scored! There is the breakthrough!
Perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here, because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flight of that, it was too late.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be...
Up he goes! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
Another example of how comfortable this team is on the break.
Byrne. Now Gessen. Van der Vaart. Yamal. And he's being shifted off it. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. That pass has been well intercepted. Byrne does really well to win the ball there. Pedri. Has a look and place it forward. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's Pedri. Rummenigge. Bastoni gets a foot in here. No foul, says the referee. Think through. Now it's Batistuta. And Batistuta! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
So, third corner of the game. Shapes to shoot! Oh, taken with style! And they're at it again in double quick time. So that's two now without reply.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Moved on forwards. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
In an inappropriate manner will be removed. Thank you very much for your cooperation.
Here we go again.
Well, this half might require them to produce a plan A, B and C. Levelling the score is easier said than done, but that will be the target. Get back on terms and then use that momentum to go.
He's got a side of goal.
Substitution in progress.
That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
So their fourth corner of the game. Has a goal! Surely now they are well and truly out of sight. And surely that settles it. That is so good, such sharp